Good evening, everybody. It's Erin DeLeo from Wanderlust Healing here in the Mystic Healing Alliance at meetup.com to bring tonight a SOMA type hypoxia style breathing with a higher conscious guided meditation afterwards. And we are at the eve of our blood full moon here in March of 2025. And this is a great time to really release and explore the self. And I'm very excited to get into this class today. So let's dive in. Alrighty, so we're gonna go through some educational parts about this hypoxia soma breathwork technique, a little bit about where it comes from, what we're gonna experience, and then what we're gonna do as far as our guided meditation tonight. So the soma breathwork technique specifically came up from when a scientist took the pranayama basics of breathing in the Ayurvedic techniques and blended it with some of the newer scientific methods and research that's been coming out over our history. And in this particular style of breath work, we're gonna do some diaphragmatic breathing where we're, maybe doing a little bit of 4-count breathing in and out with a light hold. Then we're gonna go to more of an active breath, in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna do that for a while. We're gonna very much so hyperoxygenate the body. And then at some point, we're gonna breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply, breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply, and we're gonna hold. We're gonna hold and we're gonna kind of tilt our head down. Now that closes the sushumna, our energetic channel that runs up and down our spine. And the reason we're doing that on the exhale and not the inhale, we are not trying to rise energy in this body. In the exhale, we're trying to let it expand. Now it will do so generally from our root area. You might feel tingling or sensations, and it might rise and continue to stay within the body. When we practice this, that is, again, really bringing the physical in with the emotional, in with the kind of spiritual, because we are allowing energy to build in the body, and so that we can have a formed and precise release. And what that does is it allows you to grow. It allows you to create the sacred space in our class tonight where it's a little bit triggered. So the body will react in various ways when we hold our breath. If you've come to past classes where we've done more active transformational breaths, we know that when we breathe in and out constantly without stopping, our body got really, really energized. And maybe you got hot, and maybe you got antsy, or definitely a little lightheaded. And then when we pushed beyond those initial sensations, we entered a bliss state. And that is kind of the objective of the transformational breath work in that way, because from there we can go higher in our conscious levels. In this hypoxia breathing, or also known as soma breathing, we are depriving the body of oxygen, reaching a hypoxia state. So we'll be holding our breath for at least like a minute or longer. I will be using our trusted timer, friends, so I won't be just guessing for you. And what that does is it's gonna make the body react in a different way. Now, you might get cold or you might get hot. You might feel sensations like fear and darkness and closing in, and that is a autonomic response of the body to not breathing. When we push beyond that spirit experience and we let that energy dissipate, then our energy has the space within us to continue expanding. Now, we will be using certain cues to roll your shoulders back, like open up your body when you start to feel that. You can move, because that also helps you dispel the energy in your body. You don't have to keep your eyes closed for this breath today, because it will be very active and it is very transformative in that method. And then when we exhale, after we've held the breath, we're going to do a quick inhale and exhale all the way and hold again. So we're going to do that for 3 rounds. At the last round, I'm going to have you do a kundalini breath at the end of the exhale, which means that we're going to breathe in and we're going to start pulling that energy up from the root, up the sushumna through our central chakras, and then out and around us. And what that is going to do is, now that we've used the hypoxia breathing to create expansiveness, we're then going to funnel the energy up to open up our higher chakras and allow wisdom to come through. Now, for those of you who have not accessed your highest consciousness, or you have, and maybe things in this world, the energies have been shifting and you're a little unsure of some of the things, let's dive into that. We're going to be opening up the energy centers into the higher realms of our spiritual self and asking it to come forward within us and to show us where it's coming from. I'm going to say it's going to come from the heart. I'm going to encourage that because our heart chakra is a great gateway to our soul and self. It's a great way to understand, that feeling of unconditional love. And when our higher self comes in to give us direction or to give us a feeling or to give us a nudge or some encouraging words, having it come through with love is a very telltale sign that you are connected to that higher part of yourself. Sometimes when we receive wisdom in our third eye or from our crown, it can be not necessarily our higher self. Without going too deep into that conversation, it could also be the illusion of your ego, which coming to the full blood moon that we're coming up into tonight and in tomorrow, it's very important these days to recognize what is our true passion and our true calling in ourselves versus what is the kind of illusion that we would like to see. When we ask for something, there's the expectation of what we want it to look like. And then when soul comes in or universe comes in, higher consciousness says, I think you need to be a little bit more open. Maybe it's not that, but maybe it feels the same. These are all things that you should consider when we receive higher guidance. What is the frequency it coming in at? Where in the body are you receiving these messages? And is it contradictory to what you expect? Can you release the expectation, release into the message, and allow yourself to receive? So these are all things that we might or might not experience, depends on how your day goes. But any way that it goes, please know that it is for you to take what you would like and leave what you don't. Guidance from higher self is a completely personal journey, and it's for you to digest as you feel fit. Let's talk about who should and should not be doing this kind of breath. Because this is a transformative breath, because this is a very intense breath. If you've had any recent surgeries, especially in the abdominal areas, this might not be for you today. I'd ask you to pass. Again, if you're pregnant, if you have any type of lung asthma, COPD, if you have intense anxiety or PTSD, the holding of your breath specifically will be a trigger. So if you are not versed in managing or going through an emotional or physical response to intensity, this may not be your meditation or breath work today. But I would encourage you to seek out a professional live and in person so that you can have someone helping you through this experience to release, because it is very transformative. So why don't we go ahead and get comfortable on the mat or in your seat, whatever it is. I am asking you to stay upright for this particular event experience because you are on your own. And if you've not done this breath work before, it's an experience. So sitting up, waiting at any point in time, if this is too intense for you, if any part becomes too much for you, stop. Take some calming breaths in your natural cadence. They can be short or long, that's up to you. Take a few moments. If you need to wiggle or giggle, do that too. Slowly open your eyes, and before you choose to move, make sure that you are comfortable breathing again, and then go ahead and move, because I don't want you to have an accident in the kind of any triggered moment or any intensity that might come. So go ahead and get into your comfortable seat, making sure that you are definitely square on your sits bones. If you can sit cross-legged, phenomenal. If not, let's put our feet flat on the floor, uncrossed, so that we have grounding points we can tune into. We're gonna rise up through the body, imagining we have a string at our chest, and we're gonna pull a little bit outward to really kind of straighten out the spine tonight. And imagine we have a string from the top of our crown pulling up a little bit and allowing yourself to sit in a very kind of straight, happy posture. If you feel called to close your eyes for today's practice, you can go ahead and do so. We're going to start with some just rhythmic breathing in a 4 in and 4 out with a light hold in the middle. And as we begin, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, hold, out, in, hold, out, in, hold, out, in, hold, out, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in, out, in, out, in, coming through that belly, out, coming out, in through the belly, out, in, 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 out. And we're going to get ready now for our deep breath in and our hold. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Empty your breath, empty all of it. At the bottom of your breath, close your mouth, put your head down, close your eyes, and hold. Holding that experience. If you feel the need to move, take the time to explore what's coming up for you as you're holding. Notice that if you need to roll your shoulders back while keeping your head down, if you need to move your arms, you can open up your body. Keep holding. You've got this. We're halfway there. Taking your time with it. All right, we're counting down to the last of it. We're going to do a quick inhalation and then all of it out again. And inhale in. Nice deep diaphragmatic, pull that oxygen in and exhale it all the way out. All of it. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Close down, close your head and hold. Keeping that head down. Feel the feels with this. Feel your body yearning for it and know that you can keep going. Pushing back, pushing past our boundaries that are perceived boundaries is part of this exercise in holding. We're halfway there. You can move the head if you need to. Try to continue holding. Roll the shoulders if you need to. Allow yourself to observe where you're going with this. What is your body doing? What is your emotions doing? What is your mind doing? Tune in, don't tune out. Almost there. In our last few seconds, we're going to get ready for that next really big inhale and then exhale. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Nice, big, deep, diaphragmatic belly breath in. Take it all in and exhale. Let it all go. All of it out. Once you've got it all out, you know you've got it all out. Shut down your mouth, shut down your head, close your sushumna, tilting your chin down towards your chest, and here we go again. What's the experience this time? Third time around, is it easier? Allow yourself to expand into all of the experience. We're halfway there, keep going. need to, roll your shoulders, move your body. Almost ready. And we're going to go right into our Kundalini rising breath from this point. Here we go. Ready to take that deep, long sip in. And as you're taking it in, pull it up through the root. Here we go. Pulling up through the root, clenching the abdomen, pulling that air in, sucking it all in, pulling it up through the heart. When you take that last inhalation, pull it up through the throat, up to the head, out through the crown. You can tighten and flex and release your glutes if you need to, but pump that lower body, pump that root chakra, pull the energy all the way up and hold at the top of your breath. Keep holding. You might feel intensity rise through your Sushumna, and that's what we're looking for. Let that energy come up. Give it permission. Open your throat. Keep your head up high. Roll your shoulders back. You've got this. We're almost there, halfway there. And exhale, let it all out. Let it go one more time. As you begin to inhale again, we're going to clench in through our glutes, through our pelvic floor. Inhaling, rising up, tightening up that abdomen, sucking that energy up your Sushumna, tightening up through the chest, closing up through the throat, rising up into the head. At the top of your breath, hold. You can continue to milk the energy from your root by clenching and unclenching your glutes and pelvic floor. You can do that until you can hold it there, hold it tight, and let the energy rise up through your Sushumna. Let it cascade up from the crown of your head all the way around your body. Keep going, you're almost there. We're almost done. And exhale. Slow breaths in and exhale. Starting to come back to the breath, letting your body release, letting your body relax. Feel the energy wash back through your body from the crown of your head all the way through the Sushumna, all the way back into the root. And allow yourself to start sinking into your body as your breath comes to a natural rhythm and cadence. Allow yourself to be present here. Allow yourself to feel what feels the most right now. Have you hit a bliss point? Have you hit a quiet point? Maybe we've hit a thought or an emotion that's sticking with us. Can we observe and release? Take a few more moments to bask in these moments. And we're going to bring our intention, our consciousness into our heart space. I want to intentionally bring energy, light, air from the crown as you're inhaling, and as you're exhaling, exhale out through the heart space. Bringing light in from the crown, bringing light out through the heart space. With the natural rhythm of your breath right now, pulling it in through the crown, out through the heart space. A few more breaths. And as we do so, I want us to set the intention of letting our highest self, our soul self, allow them access internally to yourself, say, highest and greatest divine version of my soul and self. I ask you to please come forward so that we may have discourse, that I may feel and hear you in my heart. And ask them to say hello. And if you can feel that, maybe it feels a little warm. Maybe your heart expands a little bit more when they talk to you. Ask them to allow their divine light to radiate through every space, every cell of your body, from the center of your heart, all the way out, all the way through, and all the way around you. If you happen to feel a space within your body or in your intention that you would like them to focus on, ask them if they would. Bring light to a special space within you. Maybe you've been needing to say things that you've been having a trouble saying, or digesting things or releasing things. Maybe you're looking for guidance. Whatever it is, take a few moments to have discourse with them and become so aware, so in tune with where you're feeling their communication and their light, where you're feeling their love, that you know it will always be them, and this will always be the space that they reach out to you in. Continue breathing at your natural cadence. And as you continue experiencing their light and love, ask them to please, if it is in your highest and greatest purpose, would they share their light and love all the way through your Sushumna, down through your root, to the center of Gaia, that we may fill her heart with our light and love, and reciprocation ask her to share hers. Allowing that light to shine all the way down your Sushumna, all the way through our root, all the way down through the crust of the earth, through the mantle of its earth, all the way to her molten core, her heart. And maybe you feel that heat, maybe you feel that movement. And in tune with your highest divine self, ask Gaia if she would accept this light and share with you. And if she chooses to share with you, you feel her or hear her, you might feel energy coming up from the core to your root and centering in your heart. It might be a deeper, more rhythmic energy than your highest self. But notice that as the two blend in your heart space, what that feels like, and heaven and earth meet in the heart. Understanding the difference between human love and divine love and Gaia's love can be a wonderful tool and guidance that you can learn to follow in your moment to moment in every choice. For when we tune into these frequencies and we admit these frequencies as our highest version of ourselves, we start to choose a path that is in alignment with this energy. Keep allowing yourself to stay centered in the heart with your highest and greatest divine self. See if there's any other conversations, feelings, or thoughts that they might want to share with you. Continuing to breathe. Taking some slightly deeper, longer inhalations in and exhaling out. Start to bring a little bit of movement into your body as you feel them. As you feel your highest and greatest divine self and the earthly Gaia energies mixing in the center of your being. Allow those energies to admit all the way through, in and around you. Know that they are present there whenever you need them. All you have to do is find the time to be quiet enough to understand what they are sharing with you. For this sacred space we have created today will always be present and available, so long as you choose to have faith in this path and believe in your purpose as a human. Slowly taking a nice deep belly breath in, let it out through the mouth. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, start to take in your environment. I hope that you have enjoyed our experience today, connecting with your highest divine self and feeling that intensity and love within your body. We have been having class today as our moon is rising tonight. So it has been a beautiful experience if you have a window anywhere to see. When we explore our higher selves and we ask to receive their divine guidance, we are asking for our truest path to come forward, to connect with our passions, to connect with ourself and our purpose. And I hope that that has been part of your experience today. And as you move forward, that you are walking in your path. It is always a pleasure to help you discover these different techniques and these different meditations as we explore the mystical parts of healing and demystifying them for your daily purposes. If you've really enjoyed this class, I ask that you please like it so that others in the world of YouTube and social media know that you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I do have many more classes and techniques coming forward as I continue my exploration of natural medicine and mystical abilities. And if you feel guided, gratitude to me would be you sharing this video with everybody in your world that you think would enjoy it. It is an honor and a pleasure to be a part of your life for this time, and I look forward to the next. So from now until then, so much light, so much love. Have a great night.